In electrical system, we know V equal to IR, usually written in the block diagram like this. The same can be represented using signal flow like this. That is, V will be equal to I, a signal I, multiplied by a resistor value R. So the next one now, this will be the block diagram, and this will be the signal flow. A signal that is going from this summing point to this point, to this takeoff point, and it is going from this that is from the summing point to the takeoff point. So the arrow will be towards that itself, and it is getting multiplied by gain G and a negative feedback. So here we see the negative feedback is represented by minus H. If it isn't minus, it is not negative, it will be positive. And for negative feedback, it is G1 plus GH. And for a positive one, see here, this was a positive one and the gain was minus value. So that would be the difference. See, if it is a negative, you write a minus H. If it is a positive, it is written as just H or whatever value you have, that gain value. And suppose we have different equations represented like this. The same equation here, I have written it in steps so that it will be easy for us to follow. See, suppose the first equation is y2 equal to a12y1 plus a32y3. What we have to do is, first we have to note down how many points, how many signals are there. Here we have 3 signals. The input signals will be y1 and y3. The output signal is y2. From y1, there is a signal coming towards y2. That is, at y2 there are 2 values, y1 and y3. So you'll have to expect 2 signals coming towards y2. One is coming from A12, that is from 1 to 2, and it is multiplying. The magnitude of gain will be A12. And there's a second signal which is coming from Y3 to Y2, and the gain it is getting multiplied by A32. Similarly, our second equation Y3 is equal to A23Y2 plus A43Y4. Simultaneously, as I'm explaining, please write it down in your notes. Here we have the output, that is Y3, and 2 signals which are coming towards Y3. One is coming from Y2, the other one is coming from Y4. I've written it in sequence of its order itself. Again, finally, we have to combine and finally write the final signal flow for this. So from Y2 to Y3, Y3 is equal to A23Y2. So there is a signal which is coming from 2 towards 3, because 3 is equal to this value, that is y2 will get multiplied by this gain value A23 and it will be coming towards y3. Similarly, a signal from y4 getting multiplied by A43 will come towards y3. So there are 2 signals, one this plus this, that is coming towards y3. Similarly, a third equation, look at the third equation, y4. There are 3 equations, 3 signals which is coming towards y4. First signal will be, say, from y2. A24 is coming to y4. Again, next from 3. That is from 3, A34. Y3, the signal y3 getting multiplied by A34, it is coming towards y4. As well as there is a self loop. There is a self loop, as we discussed previously. A self loop of gain A44 is also towards y4. Then y5, if you look at y5, there are 2 signals again coming towards y5, one from y2 and one from y4. So first y4, if we consider y4, a signal y4 getting multiplied by A445 is equal to y5. The signal y4 multiplied by A45 is going towards y5. And a second signal will be from y2 and it will get multiplied by 25 and it will come towards y5. So this total signal, if you have written the equation, for this equation total, that is for 1, 2, 3 and 4, the total signal flow will be this diagram. Final diagram what we get from all the 4 equations will be finally this diagram. Next, coming to the next signal. Let us draw the next, let us see the next one now. For this block diagram, how do we write the signal flow? For this block diagram, if once a block diagram is given, we have to give names for all this. Let the summing point be y1, let this be y2, let this point be here. There is a signal coming from y2 to this point, and it is multiplying by g1. So there is one signal which comes here, let that be y3. And again this is multiplying by g2, it comes here, y4. Let this be y5, y6, y7, y8 and y9. Every point where the signal comes, or if there is a summing point, takeoff point, if the signal comes here, even this here, if you see here, the signal is coming here. So mark all, give some value, give a node name to all of them and write it here, y1, y2, y3, y4, all that write it from the initially mark all the nodes. Now RS. RS, there is no gain here, so gain will be 1, it is coming towards y1. y1 to y2, again there is no gain, it is signal, but there is a signal flowing, but gain will be 1. y2 to y3, there is a signal flowing, look at the arrow, it is going towards y3 and multiplied by again v1. From y3 to y4, signal is going from 3 to 4 and it is getting multiplied by a gain of v2. In 4 to 5, there is no signal. There is no gain. Gain will be 1. There is no value is not shown, so it is just 1. But signal is flowing from 4 towards 5, the summing point, and because there is no value shown here, we'll have to show it as 1. 5 to 6 again, there is no gain shown, but signal is going 5 to 6. Again, the magnitude would be 1. 6 to 7, there is a signal flow. Gain will be V3. 7 to 8, signal is flowing, but no magnitude shown, so it is just 1. Signal is flowing, same signal is flowing, so it is getting multiplied by magnitude of 1. 8 to 9, y8 to y9, there is a signal flowing. Signal graph is like the arrow is from 8 to 9 and it is multiplying by V5. Hopefully this is clear, it is V5. Then let us look at this outer loop. It is going from 9 towards 5. From 9, see it is going from 9, it is going from 9 towards 5 and it is getting multiplied by H3. And this value is minus, so it is multiplied by minus H3. It is getting multiplied by minus H3 because this value is minus. And see G4, there is a signal flowing like this. From where is it going? It is going from Y6 towards Y7. Y6 towards Y7 and the gain value is G4. There is one signal that is coming here like this. See here, it is from Y4 to Y2, Y4 to Y2 and the gain will be minus. Here I have not shown the minus, please write this down as minus. And here the value will be minus H1. Here again from Y8 towards Y1, H2, but it is negative feedback, so minus H2. So this block diagram, entire block diagram can be reduced into a signal flow. But before we start, we'll have to first thing to draw the signal flow is, we'll have to mark all the nodes. All the nodes have to be marked. Then we're looking at how the signal is flowing and what would be the gain it is getting multiplied. We have to write this G1, G2 or 1 depending on how the signal is flowing. So please try to write this here. This is I'll be sharing this. So please try to do it. If not, you can refer to this and copy it into the notes. Okay, now coming to this again, signal flow. Again, same thing, when the equation is given as we did in the first case. x2 is a21 x1 plus a23 x3. Again here also this I want you to do these equations, and the last diagram will be this one. Individually first you have to draw like this, and finally draw the last final diagram using all the three equations. See, y2 you have signal coming from x1 as well as from x3. The arrow will be like this. The arrow for this will be here. This will be the arrow from x1 a21, and from x3 it is a23. x3 three signals. This is one, and there is a signal which is coming here, and one more self loop. And for the x4 1 and 2. So similarly you try to do it by yourself, and if not, if you get it out, you can just refer to this. I'll be sharing this PDF also. Next, important terms related to the signal flow. Please write down, these are very important terms. You have to write down the this diagram, signal flow diagram, and as I'm explaining, please write it down. First is called the source node. Source node is the input node is called as the source node, which has having only one outgoing signal. It has only the outgoing signal. It doesn't have any input. The first node is called the source node. That a signal is just going away from this node. There is nothing coming in. Signal is only going away from this node. It is called the source node or the input node. Sync node or the output node. Signal is syncing towards it. Signal syncs towards it. Signal is coming towards it. Source node signal goes away. For sync node signal comes towards it, or it is the output node. Here x0 is the source node. x5 will be the sync node. Next, it is the chain node. Chain node means which has both incoming as well as the outgoing. Here x1 has both incoming. It has both incoming as well as it has the outgoing also. See, signal comes in as well as signal goes out. Here also x2 signal is coming as well as signal is going out. And towards x1 there is also one more signal which is coming in this as a feedback. So if you see this, so chain nodes means those nodes which have both input as well as output signals, which receives as well as which gives the signals, are called the chain nodes. In the above diagram, x1, x2, x3 are the chain nodes. Forward path. Forward path means the path from input to output node, and the node must not repeat in the path. That is, continuously it must be going forward. It shouldn't come back. There is no repeat of the node. Node should not get repeated. So that is called the forward path. There are two forward paths here. See, this is one forward path. It is 1, 2, like this. It goes like this. It is the first forward path. Okay. G1, G2, G3, G4 is the first forward path. We also have another forward path, one like this. It goes like this. Through this loop it goes. Then it comes back here. Then again it is G1, G5, G3, G4. That is, see here, forward path would be, this is G1, G5, then G3, G4. Here it is directly coming. No, G1 is not there. It is just 1. It starts from here. So it is 1, G5, G3, G4. So the gain of the path will be the gain. That is values with which we multiply. That will be the gain. For this first one, it is G1, G2, G3, G4. For the second one, it will be 1. Here it is 1, G5. Here it is 1. Here it is 1. Then here it is G5, then here it is G3, G4. So it is 1 into G5 into G3